thanks so much for being here. My name is Kat and I make houseplant videos here on Good and Planty. If you just so happen to absolutely love this video, please consider liking it, commenting, subscribing, or following me on Instagram. All of these things help me grow my channel like a plant. Okay, so today I want to talk about 5 apartment hacks specifically for houseplant owners that are going to help you take advantage of and protect your space while also ensuring that your plants are very happy and healthy in your home. If that sounds good, we're just going to jump right into the video. The first thing that I want to talk about is grow lights, and that brings us to today's sponsor, Soltech Solutions. Soltech offers beautiful, effective grow lights that seamlessly blend into your home. I have been eyeing these lights for a very long time on both YouTube and Instagram, so not only was I extremely excited to be working with them, but they have absolutely exceeded my expectations. Soltech offers a variety of grow lights for different solutions, but the one that I have popping up here in the back is the large aspect grow light in white. Now, I want to talk about grow lights today because they are a great way for you to take control of the amount of light that your plants get. Not only do I find grow lights really helpful on a day-to-day basis because I can really, highlight certain parts of my home that are a bit naturally darker, but they come really handy in the winter time when the sunlight is obviously not as strong or as long. It can really help enhance your apartment to be plant friendly. Now, the problem I have personally found with grow lights in the past, as someone who takes their home very seriously, is that they're not cute. And that's the most blunt way that I can put it. It's really hard for cable management to have the color temperature match what you want, and a lot of the times it's very clear that you have a grow light in your home, and for some people that works, but personally I like something that kind of blends into my home decor a little bit better, which is why I am so excited about my Soltech light. This light that you can see in the back is a full spectrum photosynthetic grow light that gives off like this very warm white color. It helps my micans grow up the wall and promotes very vertical, healthy growth while not giving that harsh white light or purple light or red light or blue light that I think we've all kind of become accustomed to. Some specific bonuses I found with Soltech is that their lights last up to 15 years, which is incredible, especially compared to some of the other grow lights I've encountered. There is also free shipping, a 5-year warranty, and on top of that, it was extremely easy to install. All of these little hooks and whatever cable management features come with the light. So all I had to do was screw in a few things, thread the wire through, and I was done. And on top of that, it also comes with a outlet, like a timer plug-in. So you can just plug your light into the timer, plug the timer into your outlet, and you can set the specific time of day or morning that you want the grow light to pop on. And I found it extremely easy to use, very convenient. Since it's summertime, I don't need supplemental light as much. Have the light turn on around, I think I have it set for 7:30 to 10:30. It makes the micans very happy. I've been testing this light for a period of time, even before I moved into this house, and my plants have really loved it. I only have positive things to say about grow lights, but Soltech specifically. If you are interested in checking out Soltech, I highly recommend them. They are a Pennsylvania company, so I'm extra excited about that. You can use code GOODANDPLANTY for 15% off your order. The link to their website will be in my description box down below. And yeah, thank you to Soltech for sponsoring today's video. All right, the next hack I want to talk about, I'm gonna move a little bit closer to the window. It is one that I've shared before, but after moving out of my old apartment, it's just really shown me how convenient this hack is. Let me pull you a little bit closer to the window and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is contact paper, which does not sound very exciting at all, but this is going to save you so much stress. I don't know why I hadn't implemented this into my move routine sooner, but I want to scream this tip like off of the mountaintops because it has saved me so much stress, time, and energy on house repairs. Basically, all you need to do is get yourself some contact paper. I got this from Target, and all it is just like get the clear kind. You can paste it essentially onto your windowsills so you won't have those little terracotta circles left over from the moisture. It's not gonna pick up your paint, and you're really gonna preserve your windowsill to exactly what it looked like when you moved in. I completely recommend, especially if you are renting, investing in some contact paper. It is not expensive at all. And again, it is available at least at Target. I'm sure you can find it in a bunch of other places. This is not like a very special thing. So this is what the roll looks like. And now what I'm gonna do with this, and I already did one of my windowsills, is unroll it a bit until I see how wide it needs to be. And luckily there's this grid on the flip side, which really helps you measure out how much you need to cut off. So I'm going to measure it lengthwise first, make a cut, and then go back in, lay it out on the windowsill, and then see how deep I need this to be. I usually honestly just make a little bit of a fold and see where it lands on the grid, and then do my best to make a very straight cut accordingly. After that, you just peel off slowly the back end of the contact paper and press as you go along. And then honestly, you are good to go. The hardest part is measuring it so that it fits snugly and well into your windowsill. But after that, you just press it in, get all the air bubbles out, and you can place whatever you need on your windowsill with no worries about water damage. I saw it on TikTok and I gave it a go, and it was amazing. I have no reservations of putting anything on my windowsills now. Okay, the rest of the tips I can give to you from the comfort of my own bed. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, which again I've talked about before, why isn't it focusing on me? I've talked about before, but I really just want to highlight how useful these are, and that is these little cloches. This is handy for a few different reasons, but primarily it's because it's a super easy way to raise humidity for a needy plant. In here I have an alocasia dragon scale recovering after some rot. So I grew her from her little stump, and she's just sitting in some spag in this container. What's really helped her grow is a high humidity environment, and alocasia like that regardless, but especially in this fragile state, it's super useful. I put her in this cloche, and you can see the moisture build up within the cloche. That just means that the humidity is fairly built up. It's also a great way to put plants in areas that would have otherwise been unusable. So for example, I have this plant under what is kind of like my AC heater situation, and I try really hard not to put any plants next to those areas because a lot of plants don't like the draft of radiators or vents or doors, but sometimes those things are close to really convenient surfaces that we want to put our plants on, and it's frustrating because you know you can put a plant there, but she's just not going to be happy. And your solution is honestly getting a cloche. I think it's a really beautiful way to showcase plants, and the plant is gonna like it regardless, but on top of that, you are protecting it from harsher elements. I have 3, and I keep this alocasia and 2 a little bit precious begonias under here. These are about 20 bucks a piece on Amazon. Yeah, cloches can be a little bit expensive, but I got 3. They look really nice, they work, they truly lock in that humidity, and I'm so happy to have this little added layer of protection for my plants. Yeah, get yourself some cloches. They're very handy, especially for apartment living, where we often run into issues with radiators and vents, like I said, and there's very limited space to get picky about where you can get your plant. Next, I wanna talk about directions. If you are new to plants, you might not have spent the time to kind of orient yourself in your house and understand what windows are facing where, but I am here to tell you that that is a super important part of plant care and plant placement in your home. Again, when it comes to apartments specifically, this is also true for larger houses or wherever you're living, but in apartments specifically, we usually have limited windows and we don't really get to choose what way we're facing. In a nutshell, Northern facing windows, if you are in the northern hemisphere, they are going to provide the least amount of light to your plants throughout the day. That area is best for low light tolerant plants, I would say. Southern windows on the flip side are going to be the most intense light that you can get in your home. That is super ideal for high light loving plants like succulents and cacti. You might even be able to put some Hoya in there. I actually have a whole video on northern facing window plants and southern facing window plants. And then a sweet spot I think is east or west facing windows. That is a little bit more flexible and will allow you to have a little bit more range in what plants you can put directly in your windowsill. If you want to figure out what direction your windows are facing, it's honestly as easy as going on your phone, pulling up your little compass. We love a compass. Facing it to that window, so that is west facing, and I have a window in my kitchen, so that would be east facing. I really lucked out in that way because that means my windows are fairly flexible. You can make any window work. Natural light, regardless of what direction it's coming from, is an amazing thing. There are plenty of ways to make it work. Again, grow light, for example. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is honestly kind of like a happy accident. I'm sure people do this already, but it's something that, again, I did on accident and I really enjoyed and I kind of want to do intentionally moving forward. It's as simple as mixing plants in one pot. I don't mean that so much as in potting two different kinds of plants in one pot. That can get a little bit complicated, but I've realized that if there are like two tiny plants in their own separate nursery pots, there's no harm in just plopping them in a larger pot like so, and then you can really play around with the textures and the growth patterns of the plants you're putting in here. For example, I really like having this Hoya, oh my god, testing me, Hoya Rebecca and Hoya Jennifer, I want to say, maybe vice versa. This plant is clearly more of a vining plant, and this plant is growing a little bit more vertical. So if I wanted to hang this on a wall, it would be fairly easy to have the Hoya in the back kind of like pushed up and then have a nice vine in the front. And because these are both Hoya, they have very similar care and I don't have to worry about watering. However, if you wanted to mix and match plants that have very different watering routines, it's as simple as just taking them out of the cover pot and watering each one individually as needed. This is just something that like came together and I thought it was kind of fun, an easy way for me to consolidate my plants a bit more so that I have to worry less about placing individual plants everywhere. I do have a decent amount of plants in nursery pots, so I might start playing with that a little bit, and I think it looks really cute. So, and with all that being said, those are my 5 apartment tips for houseplant lovers and owners. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Huge thank you to Soltech Solutions for sponsoring today's video. Again, if you want 15% off your order, you can use code GOODANDPLANTY on their website, and I will have that link down below in my description box. With all that being said, please subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already. You want to see more Planty content from me. Hit that like button, that notification bell, all that good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!